Hello and welcome back to EPIC45 with Intel. Sorry, I'm seeing you in the preview. Actually, we both look mega pale. I'm joined by Fian, all the way from Sweden. Thanks for coming. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. First time coming to the UK. It's a bit of a different feeling than playing at home, that's for sure.
No armrests, we were saying. You're saying you like these chairs with the armrests, but
Yeah.
no armrests upstairs.
No armrest upstairs is killing me.
Well, didn't seem it. Last game seemed okay. Nice unit control, nice bit of micro. Couple good wins, so we'll take those.
Good ones, yeah.
And you've agreed to join me for our penultimate series, which is Lorimbo versus Molten.
Yeah.
So you
Should
have
be an
very little to
interesting
go.
series, and it has implication as well, right? If Molten has to 2-0, or not 2-0, but he has to win
Yep.
to be in the tournament still, right?
Mhm.
And Lorimbo, I think he's 3-0 at the moment, so he is probably going to be through no matter what. But this matters for Molten.
Yeah. So I'm just queuing up the game, getting going into game number 1 on Maganatha, and I think Pylon is game 3, and I've lost the other one. But there we go. There will be more maps.
There will be more maps. Hopefully there will be more maps.
So this one's also really interesting because Molten took a map off of Figaro.
Yeah, he
So
was
that was a
complaining
2-1.
about it.
Yeah. That was a 2-1, and that's similarly a ZVP. So that's like really quite exciting to see. Him already kind of performing in the series so far. I'll introduce the yellow Protoss playing in the top left of Maganatha LE for Gold Masters, Molten.
In the bottom right corner of the map, playing the 15 Overlord probably, it is Air Lorimbo. No, he's not. He's not. He's not cancelling the gas.
So normally you cancel the gas
Yeah.
and then make an Overlord and then make a hatch, and it's like slightly more optimal.
Yeah, slightly more optimal.
But
But
he's
this is a
just keeping the
14-14.
gas.
If I remember right, no, I could be remembering the numbers wrong. I'm pretty sure this is a fake. So you
Okay.
make link speed and then go into macro just to
Mhm,
fake
mhm.
them out and react. What's interesting with you said that there's more maps
Yeah.
is that there was a time where I could only play Death Aura, right? It was a bug. So I played an entire best of 5, going to 5 games on Death Aura.
I mean, I kind of don't hate it. I think sometimes it's nice to like control as many of the variables as you can. You
Yeah.
know, we'll just run it back on the same map over and over. I guess there's like less variation because there's like
You know what the
more
best
build
part was?
opportunities open up. But what was the best part?
I was playing a Cannon Rusher.
Are they good spots on Death Aura for Cannon?
They had like 2, if I remember. 2 or 3. It was a while back.
Did you win?
Yeah, I won.
Okay,
It was Probe Scout.
that's all that matters. So Molten, this is a counter cheese thing, right? To go
Yeah,
really
this
fast
is
all
just
in.
the reaction. This is a good reaction. You see no natural, right? You see he has a gas. You know, it's you need to wall off, you need to make your salad. But Lorimbo is not going for the like all out all in, right? As I said, he is going to take a natural, he's gonna start droning. But Molten sees this. So this should be good for him.
Yeah, he's getting a bit of a supply block here, which is unfortunate. And his Nexus is obviously pretty delayed compared to the hatch, but like you said, it's not super all-in. Zealot's already out, so shouldn't take too much damage here, right?
No, if he takes damage, it's really bad.
Mm-hmm. So do you think this is enough damage already, like, to justify the opening? Where like the
No.
Nexus is delayed, he's forced out some units early.
No, this is the bare minimum that the Protoss, like they need to go this.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really need to go double adept, of course, but they need to get the wall off. They need to
So
get a sell out.
Is the double adept because he thinks it's 12 pool and he's going to go aggro? Because I think that is kind of bait. Because in this case, we do have link speed coming through really
Well,
soon.
6 links do not beat 2 adapts, if microed correctly.
Mm.
If they get a full surround here on one of the adapts and then the other one, this is really good for Lorimbo.
Yeah, did he? I don't think he saw that speed, but he did cancel the shade. I feel like that shade was more to look for like Banelings morphing or something maybe. But I don't think Molten actually went into the main. Oh, I lie, he did. So he did see the gas. So he obviously like doesn't know exactly the timing. Like it's really hard to eyeball and say like, oh, that was at 13:12 or something.
Yeah.
But he kind of knows the idea here.
He shades out again, scouting for a bit. Lorimbo is going to keep the link. Oh, he sees the shade with the Overlord, and now he's going to go right to it. And he's gonna kill these 2 adapts if they're not recalled immediately, which they are not.
Yeah,
So
this
both
is
of these
rough. I
styles
mean,
like
Molten saw the gas. He knows that link speed is a thing, right? Like he's just not really like thought that fully through.
Yeah.
There was like a very small window where the adepts could have got something done, but that has obviously closed, so nice for lorimbo to pick up those first adepts.
Yeah, and you're asking about damage before. This is good enough, way good enough.
Mm-hmm.
We're up 8 workers, and we kill the adepts. It's like really
Third
good.
is done, yeah. I mean, there's a Void Ray on the way, which again, lorimbo is going to scout now with this Overlord, which is really nice because the Void Ray obviously has like less aggressive potential than an Oracle, so like it forces out less of a response. Often now you'll need like at least one Spore to defend the Oracle, whereas in this game, lorimbo can just like only use the Queens and kind of be okay.
Yes, but he also has Overlords on the map, so it's not that he has to react and lose minerals, he's just going to lose minerals, right?
This is true.
But usually in CVP, you have the same worker count, so Protoss is ahead in the early game, and then Zerg comes up, right? And they usually meet around 40 to 45 if the game is even. And if you see in this game, he's at 40 to 31. So it's a really good game for lorimbo, just pure eco-wise, right?
Yeah, but Molten plays late games really well. Yeah, he's pretty good at like the late game carriers, Tempests, and Storm and that sort of thing. So he might be quite comfortable getting into a late game, even from like kind of behind. It's possible he also goes quite aggro here. Like, obviously, I don't think he will because there's no like TC or anything like that to start getting towards blink plays or charge plays. So I don't think he will, but you know that's always an option here.
I'm a bit confused what this robo is going to be used for.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So normally I would expect a Templar Council before, right?
Yeah. Double gas third base, it's fairly normal. Lorimbo is actually going for 45 worker Hydralisks. And there's nothing that Molten can really produce right now that beats the Hydra.
Yeah, I mean he's only on Gateway Tech, Robo not done, and then even then like Immortals aren't great.
He only has 2 gates as well.
Yeah, he would need
Robo.
like Colossus or something out. He's a long way from that.
And he's even gonna lose the third base. This is very tilting.
Yeah.
For Molten for sure.
But this is why you need like Oracles rather than Void Rays, I guess. It's like the Void Ray DPS is so low you can't really hold, whereas like Oracles
where are the
kinda
Oracles?
can. They went across the map, but now they have to come home a little bit too late.
Yeah, this is borderline over.
Yeah, I mean we never want to call it too soon, right? But it's looking really good for the Zerg.
Yeah, I mean when I was 5K, I used to play against Molten. And I was very far ahead, and I lost many games. He doesn't die, or at least not at that time when I played him a lot. Hopefully he hasn't lost that skill of not dying. But this game is looking really rough.
Yeah, I mean 2 base, like I think there's like literally 5 units on the map. They don't beat 11 Hydras by themselves. There's not like there's loads of cannons, there's a couple batteries, but like at this point for the Zerg, you can kind of just sit here, keep them on 2 base, and do whatever you like with the rest of the game.
Yeah, but he's still making units, which means he wants to kill Molten now. Which is probably not the correct choice, but it seems like it's going to work. Actually, it gets stasis, so he cannot walk in here instantly.
Yeah, he's going to just right-click through this gate. Some sentries coming in behind it, I guess for force fields, but you know they only buy time, and there's not really many more units here to hold.
The Void Ray is doing good work though. I think it has killed 2 Hydras already, and this looking like a hold for Molten for the moment at least.
Yeah,
there's 2 Immortals on.
Another Mortal coming out. I mean, Mortals aren't great in this spot, right? Like they're not that good against the Hydras, but I guess more units is better than fewer units.
Yeah, like the Immortal is not specializing against the Hydras, right? But the base stats of the unit is very good still. So it's not a bad unit to build if you have a Robo.
So it's now just like Lings flooding through. That's the Void Ray going down. And I think with the Ling reinforcements, that's just about going to break back a bit. A tricky one. Not great for Molten. It's not what he wanted.
Yeah, it's definitely not what he wanted.
Oh, you're all the way over there. Come this way. We'll shuffle. There we go.
There we go. now I'm in the frame.
Yeah, a rough one for Molten. Sorry, I'll just try and find out what game 2 is. Incorporeal and Pylon.
Corporeal is definitely a good Zerg map, so it's not too great.
So this first push was, yeah, this is Lings just scouting around, right in the face. This was the push.
I mean,
like
there's not much you
but
can
he lost
do
so much,
as Molten.
Yeah.
Even if you kill the Hydras, the Lings, it doesn't look like they do a lot, but they do a lot. Because it's so hard to kill them. Because there's too many of them. It's just too much HP. And since the Immortal shoots very slow and it's not armored, it takes the Immortal a million years to kill them, right?
Yeah, yeah, no, exactly right. We're just getting ready for game number 2. Let's check. They said ready. Let's go for it. Ready?
Let's go for it.
Ready, ready? I'm ready if
Ready,
you're
ready.
ready. So this week, game number 2. First game went well for lorimbo. I feel like the plan played out. We, like you said, did that fake kind of early link speed push. Molten, I feel like, didn't overreact too badly,
Yeah.
but then losing the adepts in the map is obviously rough.
It felt like a good defense, but then I was looking at the work again, and I don't think he was producing workers for most of it, which put him behind later on. Either way, now we're loading into the second game in Corporeal LE, and in the bottom right, the man that needs to win the next 2 maps, it's Golden Masters Molten.
And in the top left, in the purple for Team Air, with the Oliveira picture, it's lorimbo, 12 pooling.
12 pool. Question is this a 12 pool proxy hatch where you put a hatch in the wall to try to disturb your opponent? Or is this a normal 12 pool?
Yeah,
We
and
will
it's
know this
interesting.
with the first drone here.
Yeah, it's interesting because we can have a look at where these are going. Yeah, there you go. It's interesting because obviously last game Molten scouted in and saw like what was going on, but it's really hard to know the timings of exactly when all those buildings went down. Like a 12 pool versus 13 pool versus 14 pool. I mean, 16 you can kind of tell because that's quite a bit later.
Yeah.
But like those, hard to tell, and like the gas order is a bit tricky to tell.
And the thing is, it's different on different maps, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the scout
By the
timing
time you
is
get there.
slightly different because
Yeah.
of the map size. So you just have to have the feeling.
So in this case, it's 12 pool,
Yep.
but it looks a lot like what happened in the previous game. And there's going to be a proxy hatch nestled in here. Does Molten know? Does
Oh,
look
he
like
gets
it.
that in time, no? Oh, this is really good. He needs to pull down a second worker instantly.
Yeah, so doesn't lorimbo just put a hatch here?
No,
Or
that's
use one
bad.
of those?
That's bad for him. I don't think a hatch fits here. This is bad for lorimbo.
Does it not fit here, really?
No, it doesn't. This is really bad for lorimbo.
Yeah, this is a bad spot. So the reason that you want the hatch down is because it like disrupts the wall, and then they're forced into like responding to the hatch and trying to kill it. Because if you don't kill it, then there's a hatch in your base. If you do kill it, the Zerg can just like cancel it, and then there's a big hole in your wall that the Lings can get through. But like we said, this hatch like kind of isn't blocking anything. Molten was really quick putting that forge down, so there is already a cannon on the way. And then this is basically like a normal wall, right? Like if this was not a forge, for example, which is a little bit weird, I admit. But if this these buildings were regular buildings, this position of the wall is not weird.
Yeah, and
at
he
all.
even makes the choke like further out, right?
Yeah,
So
next to
it's
the
easier for Molten to micro the salad, and it's actually really good micro here coming out.
Yeah,
He's
I mean,
not
it's gonna
making a
go
secondary unit here.
Yeah, I mean, he's trying to rely on the cannon, I think, for defense.
Yeah. It's gonna be good enough for the moment. He's gonna make a Nexus. Lorimbo is making a hatchery in his own natural this time.
So it's not like super committed. That's probably really annoying for a lot of TOS players. But like, yes, I can build a hatch across the map and cancel it, and I lose. So like 57 minerals at this point, 275, but you get a bit of a refund.
Yeah, I think it's like
Quite
53.
Something around there.
Yeah.
So like, it cost a drone to do this, but you have to think like what it cost the TOS. So like, he built a forge that he didn't really want to make, and a cannon that he didn't really want to make at this time. So, yeah, pretty good for Molten, I would say, coming out of that.
Yeah, not only is he a lot further ahead in workers this game, but he also has the Stargate, and he does have a forge, so he does already have the cannon in the natural. If there comes another Hydro then, he doesn't need to make a new one.
That's true.
And he's going to force lorimbo to not mine in his natural either, because there's nothing that can kill this adapt. He will have to pull workers if it finishes. It does not finish.
Yeah, I mean, there are going to be enough lings out here, but like, there's no gas mining, so these are slow lings for a little bit. The adept can't really do anything to this hatch, right? Like, he'll just be here hitting it all game to try and kill it. That's really bad.
Oh no!
The move command on the adept, so it does get surrounded by the lings. This was a bit of an overcommitment into the lings,
Yeah,
but obviously he was worried about taking drone damage from that adept.
it's definitely good for Molten that he's made so many lanes, but losing that adept is bad. Normally, we look at the 40 worker, right, for the catch-up, but in this game it's going to be a bit different because there's no gas. So lorimbo is further behind than his drone counts wants to show. Because he has no tank and there's already a void red out.
Yeah.
There's also +1 coming out. So he's very far behind.
Yeah. Molten, I think, is going to clear up all these overlords, and then he can kind of do what he likes. He is pulling out the gas, so this is charge. Yeah, I was going to say, I think here it's really nice to capitalize. I think with the +1, it kind of telegraphs to charge a little bit. This is going to be a robo, and then he's going to make a million gates and try and charge with them.
It's fairly common that they make +1.
Mm-hmm.
He should fake a third base.
I mean, it could be
He should
+1
really
blink.
fake a third base here.
It's +1 blink or it's +1 charge, right? Yeah, I think with no third, it maybe gives it away a little bit.
Yeah, he should really fake a third base here. I would like this. This could hit 30 seconds later, but if you fake a third base, it's not stronger in the sense, but it's harder to know what's going on.
Yeah.
To know what's going on, right?
So lorimbo is going to skip link speed and go straight for roaches. I think that's a good play to try and get back in the game. Obviously, it means that like the links for the rest of the game are going to be like slightly less helpful for like scouting and that sort of thing. But
I think this game is now looking good for lorimbo because he went for the roaches, and he's playing 3 gas roach, 38 workers. Like this is good enough.
I think he knows. I think +1 plus no Stargate unit. I think that gives it away.
Yeah.
Because if it was Blink Stalkers for the +1, you would get an Oracle with this, right?
Yeah.
So Molten is going to go towards the third, but he already kind of
Yeah, I mean, this
got
is way
the
too
lings
late.
away, so it doesn't look like a fake third anymore. Like, there's no way lorimbo's going to scout it for the mind game. I mean, he might. He might let these lings come through and get a look.
Does not see the War Prism for now, but this map has a huge watchtower in the middle, and now Molten is in vision of lorimbo here. So now lorimbo knows that something is coming across the map. He probably thinks it's an icon drop, if I would be assuming.
Molten is really keen on like DTs, so it could be like a DT drop.
Could be
it
a
isn't.
DT drop as well.
It's obviously a million zealots, but
He's gonna warp in the zealots, but there are just way too many roaches here.
yeah, I think he just knew. I think it was just so obvious from the front.
He's gonna go into the main base to try to get these roaches out. He's actually gonna get 3 queens very, very quickly.
Yeah, that's a
but
good
now he's
start.
trapped in the main base.
Yeah, it's a good start to kill the queens off. I mean, he's going to kill all of them, which is obviously really annoying. But like, now we're just fighting a bunch of roaches, especially on the choke on the ramp is a little bit rough. I think Molten's, like after that early game, is still kind of playing from behind. It's just a nice read from lorimbo. But this many roaches is like good against pretty much everything. Like if it was a robo push with loads of immortals or Archon drop like from the DTs or adepts, you're going to want the units anyway, right?
Yeah, the only thing where you wouldn't want the roach, but you would want like Ravager Ling is with a push with heavy sentry count, right?
Yeah.
But that is not what Molten was playing in this game, so it was completely fine.
Yeah, I think the other thing was the delay on this third kind of gave it away, and lorimbo can like cut his workers because it's like I know that you're only mining for 2 base at most, so like I don't need to go up to a super high drone count and over drone and die to a bunch of charge lots.
Yeah, lorimbo is gonna all in on 47 workers, but there is a Void Ray here that is going to do a lot of damage. But question is there enough DPS to kill these roaches before he loses everything?
Yeah, I mean he has no roach speed, which makes things a little bit easier.
Yeah, this is the way you throw the game.
Yeah, this is a lot of zealots, and I think this might be Molten coming back in this one a little bit. Yeah, really nice trade for Molten here.
Roach speed is going to finish. Doing this without roach speed makes it very hard to kite. Why isn't the Void Ray permanently on these roaches?
Yeah, I mean there's no anti-air, so you can just
He could be
right-click.
killing like 2-3 extra roaches right now.
Yeah.
He's gonna warp in the sentries and he's gonna power his battery again. I'm wondering what Molten is gonna use all this gas for though. He's having 6 gases, but he's barely having any mineral mining. Like he's doubling the gas income of lorimbo pretty much.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have a Templar's Archive.
Yeah, it's interesting. Definitely needs for that to come through, especially with Hydras on the way. We definitely want Storm to deal with those Hydras. Archons to deal like later and later into the game is really good to have. So
Yeah, I
this is
mean
Envision,
High
right?
Templars are just good units, right? They're good at pretty much any stage of the game.
Yeah, you probably want to make the good units. Fourth coming down for lorimbo, and he's like droning out of this little roach push. I think I didn't mind the roach push. Obviously, like wasn't a good trade, but he got across and he saw what Molten was up to. He knows it's like heavy into the immortals.
Yeah, and this
do
is
have
where losing the
now.
queens kind of gave Molten a life.
Yeah.
Because if the queens are alive, you can just boot up Overlord speed and then go for it, and one
And bring them
one
across
Void
and drop
Ray
them.
doesn't kill
Yeah.
4 queens, right? He's gonna siege up in the main base in vision, or not.
And then unsiege because he knows it's in vision. Yeah, funny.
That's a bit of a funny way of doing it. He's gonna save the salons. Usually what you do is that you just unsiege the prism,
Yeah,
so you get
and then they
the warp
refund.
ins back.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can lose the Salad when you really hadn't,
Yeah.
or shouldn't be. Molten has fired up the Templar's Archive. He is making Storm. He is now on equal workers to a Roach Hydra army.
Mm-hmm.
If he can get Storm out, I like it for Molten. But if Lorimbo manages to attack right before Storm, I think it's good for Lorimbo.
Yeah, so he is going to have Hydra
speed.
done. Range is probably going to be too late for this push. I mean, he has a fourth behind it, but like you said, he's starting to mine out and no real worker count to put here. I do need to see a fourth from Molten. I feel like you can just grab this. There's no pressure from the Zerg, so the fourth should be quite free, right?
I mean, you can take the fourth, but it's 400 minerals and a position that you want to defend when you don't really need to, right?
Yeah, so you probably want to defend
because if you
here,
take this
here,
fourth, you need to move out on the more on the map. Like you need to actually move towards the fourth base to defend it.
Yeah.
Well, if you just stay on 3, you just stay in the on top of the ramps, right? He should really kill these indestructible rocks on the left here. Is he going to see Lorimbo walking up here? This is the moment that's going to decide the game. The force fields are good. Does he Storm? Storm is good on the army. He does Storm his own Salads as well. But I think this is a good enough fight for Molten.
There's so many roaches here and not enough storms so far. I mean, it's trading well for Molten. Supplies are like getting closer and closer together, but are they close enough?
Yeah. What Molten needed in this fight to make it even better is Guardian Shield. But this is a really good fight for Molten. And I think this puts him in a really good position.
So now he can go for the fourth,
now
right?
Now you go for the fourth.
Let's do it. I think he's in a really good spot in this one. I think this might be another upset. You know, he kind of upset Figaro, looking like he might upset Lorimbo. I mean, Lorimbo actually just cancelled the Lurker Dam. Oh no, it finished. But listen, we know this guy pretty well. He doesn't really want to be playing Lurkers.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be one to play Lurkers in this situation either. You're 6 gases, and you don't have a hive, so the Lurkers doesn't have the range upgrade. Oh, this is a slow warp in actually. That's kind of funny.
How is it a slow warp? He started it before
from
he
the
started
other
the
pylon.
Nexus? Oh, this one?
Yeah, it was from the other pylon that was slightly out of range.
Okay. But he does also kill this base off, so
yeah, this
not a bad trade.
As long as Molten doesn't get caught in the middle of the map and completely surrounded, this should be really good for him. Why are there 2 war prisms here? What are we doing?
Why not? It's good. He's starting to head into that kind of carry attack.
2 Stargates and a Fleet Beacon is a bit ambitious. You can do it, but I think it's ambitious.
This feels to me like a Geralt move. Geralt would do this.
Geralt would do this for sure. This is what I need to get ready for playing him.
It's worth taking notes.
Yeah.
Lorimbo, I think, is going to go for another big attack. He's got a lot of the lurkers out. These are unupgraded because they're hive tech lurkers.
Yeah.
We don't have detection.
We have an
oracle.
We have an oracle.
With
Oracle
no
is the better detection.
Oh, well, there's cannons here.
Yeah, but you can get in between the bases where there's no cannons and it makes it scary. But the entire army is going to be revelated. And
this is not the fight, though, is it? Like, there's so many lurkers at the top of this round.
Yeah, but they don't have range. Like, the top of the ramp ones cannot shoot because the range is so short.
Some really nice storms.
This is a really nice storm.
I think this might be the beginning of the end. I mean, needs to be a bit careful. These lurkers are starting to shred through the back line. The detection has worn off. There we go with another revelation. Let's see Multi pushing up the ramp. Yeah, that's it.
1-1.
1-1.
Yeah, this game was rough from the start for Lorimbo. But then Molten, we did the charge attack that didn't really work. we can easily say there was fairly far behind. But then Lorimbo tried to do the roach push. So this game has been fairly back and forth in bad positions. Making your position worse is not the way to play. But it was the way that this game was.
I think this is where it all started. This was just a bad hatch position.
Yeah, you cannot get the hatch there. Because otherwise he would.
But well, we have to say, you know, this was a good play by Molten.
Yeah, it was really good.
Kind of recognize what was going on and get ahead of it. You know, pull that drone really, probe down really nice and early. He kind of threw in the mid game. This was quite weak. You know, look now, he's down 20 supply. That's rough. Bad spot to be in.
Yeah, killing the queens, I think, is what saved this game. Because otherwise, Lorimbo has the 4 queens here. He attacks with roach speed, and I think the game ends. Like, I think he straight up wins the game.
Yeah.
And this
I will
was
say
the
as well,
finishing fight as
killing off all those queens, you can see in this replay how bad the creep spread is. And like, it doesn't cover the 4th. It doesn't push out towards the middle of the map at all.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot creep further out queens, right? It's very rough.
Cool. We are getting ready now for the final game. This one is on Pylon LE for all of the marbles.
Or all of the marbles.
Yeah.
This is life or death for Molten.
Yeah.
This is a game right here.
Pylon LE. Thoughts on Pylon LE?
I don't love it.
Yeah.
I think it's really bad against Tarn. But against Protoss, it has quite short rush distance.
Okay.
So you can all in good on the map. And since you don't really wanna be playing late game in CVP, it's
Yeah, it's tough.
it's tough for
Yeah.
sure.
So we'll see what Lorimbo has planned for this game number 3. Just setting up the scoreboard. There we go. Spawning in the bottom right, playing for Team Goldmasters. It's Molten.
In the top left corner of the map, the purple circuit is Air Lorimbo. Let's see, does he cancel it? He does cancel it. So this seems like the most normal opening so far. It's probably going to be 15 Overlord.
Yeah, we'll see. Might be something weird coming up.
This is not the standard timing for a hatch.
Yeah, where's it going?
It's going to the other side. It's going to put a hatch in Molten's natural,
Going here.
I think. Oh, wait.
No, I think he's going to put it
Wait.
here.
I think I know what build this is.
Okay.
I think it's
And?
Ravagers.
Oh, really? But would you not put it further away if it's Ravagers?
I don't think it matters too
Like
much.
here? Let's see.
I'm pretty sure this is Ravagers. This hatch is so late though. This hatch could have gone down like 100, 150 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I think he forgot to send it initially.
I think he was indecisive, and I think this was like
Ooh,
he did the opening, and then he was indecisive
Yeah.
and didn't like. It was like, oh, actually, I want a proxy, which is rough.
Yeah, this is Ravagers. The double gas, he's gonna
Yeah.
put down the Roachborn when the pool finishes. But generally, I think it's bad to make up the plan on the spot.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, of course you can play reactive, but I think you need to have a...
Molten
Like
only
a-
scouted to here.
Wait, I thought he saw the hatch. If he sees the hatch, it's really good. What you can do is that you just make stalkers.
Mm-hmm.
If you make a second gate, you just make stalkers. Okay,
Nexus
making a
behind.
Nexus it can work. It doesn't lose you the game, but it almost seems like he's playing standard.
Yeah, he's scouting around a lot with this probe. Like he's gone all the way over here. Gonna rescout, but he saw the double gas, so surely he knows that it's.
Did he see the double gas?
He knows what it is, right?
No, he
Yeah, he
didn't
saw
see the
one.
double gas. If you see double gas, you know what's going on. Okay, he's starting in a depth that's really bad.
And rallying it across. He is gonna finish the wall early. If he puts the Stargate in the wall, that's bad, right?
Yeah. I don't think it's a Stargate though, because he had to wait for so long for the Stargate.
I
Might
think it's
want
a
to.
Stargate.
Oh, that's misplaced as well. There's a hole in the wall.
This is bad.
Yeah, this is really bad.
This is really bad.
I don't
mean,
think
he's gonna see the creep now.
I don't think this is good at all. He needs to be making units. He cannot be making anything
I
else but
think
units right now.
This hatch timing doesn't matter as much because you have to wait for the roach run to be done anyway, right?
Yeah, I mean it depends. I don't know
But
for
you,
sure.
you don't want it late. Like you don't need. You don't want it later because it gives you supply and you could like
It
make
gives
a
you
spore or
supply.
something
It's
here
harder
too.
to kill.
And the queen is out earlier.
The queen is out earlier. Yeah, it depends on if you're floating larva or not, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
just getting the hatch earlier should be better. You know.
Yeah.
He's going to
Feels-
start the void there, but I don't think this is gonna make it out.
Yeah. So the bars are going to come down mostly on the shield batteries, but like we said, with this. Oh, that's
He's
bad.
actually gonna get a Ravager. That's really good for Lorimbo.
Really
Or
good.
really good for Molten, of course.
Yeah, yeah. But with this in the wall, obviously it's really bad that your units are.
That's a
gonna be
clutch wall off. It's gonna
delayed.
buy him
I
a
think
couple of
this
seconds.
void ray is out.
It is
but
out.
but I don't think any more units after this are, and that's really unfortunate. I mean,
problem
there is a queen
is
here and another
Then
one
he
on the
needs
way.
to kill the queen, right? Because it's the anti-air.
Yeah,
But he can't really kill the queen because there's too much damage on the ground. It's
Yeah.
gonna take too long. So the void ray is just killing things too slow. That's the issue here. There's too many links in, and I think this is GG.
yeah. I
One
mean,
adept is out. He's going to recharge the battery, which means it got 300 more healing.
but there's so much DPS and
It's too
this
much
is-
DPS.
Yeah, DPS through the healing. He's being a bit indecisive and like wasting kind of a lot of DPS. I mean, killing these I don't think there's much point. I think killing these pylons or even this full HP battery, full energy battery is probably a better shout. But I think it's just over. I mean, once all of this goes down, all of the main is completely open, and
He's gonna pull the probes,
it.
but probes, let me tell you something about probes, they don't fight very well against Zerglings.
no, this
He's
is a
going to lose
massacre.
every probe, and this is the end of Molten's group stage run.
That's it. Ends in 4.5 minutes, as they so often do. Your game against Nico ended in 4.5
Yeah, I mean,
minutes.
that's not my fault. Well, I mean, it's
Kinda
kind
your
of my
fault.
fault, because I won it too fast, right?
So this is when it started to look bad. Like losing a Ravager here, he just needed to move the other two back, right? So
Yeah.
losing that one.
If
is
he goes
fortunate.
into the wall now, maybe.
Yeah.
But, like, the Voider is just not good.
But the Oracle, I feel like, is also not good because it's so squishy and it dies so fast to the queens.
Well, it does have the shield batteries in the wall, right?
Yeah, that's true.
It does have shorter range. I just
And it
think
runs
that you
out of
can make
energy.
Mass Stalker.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think if he'd known what it was, Mass Stalker made more sense. Like we said, he actually missed one of the gases. So, like, he only scouted one gas. And if you scout one gas, that doesn't telegraph the Ravagers. If you scout two, it's obviously really obvious. And, you know, then you're like, oh, I know what this is.
Yeah, because game 1 was one gas, right?
Yeah.
So he doesn't know 100% what it is, just off of one gas. But if it's two gas, there's nothing
And
you
he
would need
was
that much gas
This
for,
close
right?
to scouting the proxy hatch anyway.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
was
know that it
really
would have
close.
changed much because
I think it would.
you think if he sees it, he goes straight to Stalkers.
No, but not only does the Salot all like attack it permanently, like he's mentally preparing for defending it.
Right.
But
Yeah, he wasn't really ready.
He wouldn't
So we
make
saw
that
he like
attempt.
queued an adept and started riding it across
Yeah.
the map, and
He was not ready for it.
We are going to throw it to a 10-minute break. Final thoughts?
I'm a bit sad for Molten, of course, but I think it was a fairly cool series. I liked how game 2 was so back and forth with many throws.
Yeah, yeah. And good not to get too owed. It's always good.
Yeah.
Can you look into the camera and tell people to come to Epic Land because it's really good fun?
You should come to Epic Land. You there. I know you're watching me right in the eyes. You should come to Epic Land. It's really fun.
Okay, I'll PayPal you later. Yeah,
Great.
10-minute break, and then we're back with Risky versus Gaming Richard. There you go, you've got a quote.
You should come to Epic Land. Yeah.
Yeah.
There we have it.
Thoughts on Gaming Richard versus Risky?
I know roughly how good Richie is,
Yes.
but I have no clue how good
Yeah.
Risky is.
That's
in
why
the-
we
in
wanted
the
this series
matchup.
on the stream.
I think it should be a Risky win, just because how good he is when when he plays actively. But Tyron is Tyron, so maybe
There
Richie
you
can
go.
cook
We
something
need
up.
another little quote card. Terran is Terran.
Terran
Well,
is
thanks for
Terran.
casting with. It's been a lot of fun. You'll be on stream a lot tomorrow. We hope,
Yep.
as we get through the
Hopefully.
groups. Probably not casting so much because you're going to be busy playing games and prepping for games. But
Yep.
yeah, thanks for coming. Thanks for joining us. Don't go anywhere. 10-minute break, and then we're back with the last series of the day, and then you can go away.
Then we can leave.